Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another edition of Dan Reviews It, and this time we're going to talk about Baywatch. Now I watched the last video I did for Snatched and noticed that my new curtains were a little bit dark, so I'm doing a daytime review, so the sun is shining out behind me. Usually I do my reviews late at night. This is going to be for Baywatch, thought it'd be appropriate, some sun. But, okay, so this is the remake, well not remake I guess, because it was originally a TV show, but the reimagining of the classic David Hasselhoff TV show Baywatch. This time it features The Rock in the Hasselhoff role of Mitch, Dwayne Johnson. And Zac Efron is in it as well as an Olympic gold medalist, sort of forced to join the lifeguard team. And then you've got, the hot babes, of course. CJ, originally played by Pamela Anderson, is played by Alexandra Daddario here. And I don't know the name of the Bollywood actress, but there's a very big name in Bollywood in this movie as well as the other hot lifeguard. Basically, there's, at the beginning of the movie, there's like a competition for the year's lifeguard trainees, and if they do well, they'll become lifeguards, and so it's like a big deal on this beach, and then there's a drug plot, and murders, and what's gonna happen, and so Dwayne Johnson is kind of like, well, this is my beach, and not gonna happen here, and the local police are like, actually, you're just a lifeguard, so chill. So it kind of goes from there. I didn't know what to expect with this movie because the previews looked funny, it made it look good, and then the reviews coming in are just like horrible. Last time I saw on Rotten Tomatoes it was 13%, and I kind of take comedy reviews sometimes with a grain of salt. I mean, if you have a comedy that's in like the 80s or 90s on Rotten, you're like, okay, well that's definitely going to be good then. But really, anything, a comedy's so subjective, other than like, or aside from, I should say, like, dramas, horror, I don't think anything is quite as subjective as comedy. So, with that in mind, I always try and keep an open mind when I go into a comedy film. There have definitely been some that have been ravaged by critics that I thought were pretty funny. So, this one, though, I have to kind of agree. It's just not good. First of all, Zac Efron, I really like this guy as a person. He seems like a good dude, seems like a fun guy. But other than the Neighbors movies, and Hairspray, which, of course, was much more of an ensemble, and it wasn't, it was a little bit funny, but it wasn't really like a comedy. I mean, in terms of the, PG-13 and R-rated comedies that Zac Efron has done, I just haven't found that many that were good. Neighbors was funny, but, I didn't like that awkward moment that much. I hated Dirty Grandpa. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates wasn't that good. I know there were some other ones in there. This wasn't a comedy, but We Are Your Friends, I thought was, okay. So I don't know if he just hasn't found his niche, but then I've seen some of his dramas and they're not that good either. You've got the Nicholas Sparks one, I don't remember what that even was, but he played the soldier coming home, and all those Nicholas Sparks titles are so similar, I don't remember. But, he played that one, and then there was another one he did where he played a ghost, but it was like a drama, and he was only in it a little bit anyway. But he just, I don't know, he just has not found, for me, his film niche yet. I can't say I like the High School Musical stuff. I was way past the age of those when those came out. I did see parts of the first one. The music seemed okay, but, this was a made-for-TV Disney movie, so I can't expect too much. But here again, in Baywatch, he's just not... It's not that he's not that good, just the script wasn't that good. I don't know if he's just choosing horrible projects. Also, Dwayne Johnson is one of the most charismatic people out there. I sort of touched on that when I did the Fate of the Furious episode. And so next to him, Efron doesn't quite have the same panache that Johnson has. He's just got such a way about him. And as far as Johnson's concerned, I think this is probably also one of his weaker movies. Here's the problem. Let's get off the acting for a second. Let's talk about the movie itself. First of all, it's an hour and 52 minutes. There's no reason that this movie needs to be close to 2 hours. It's 90 minutes tops. Get in, get out, save the people, get the drugs, whatever you do. There's so many scenes in this movie that don't even need to exist, honestly. And then they start doing all this stuff with, like I said, there's like a drug plot, which, first of all, I already did that in the Jump Street movies. But, you know, it was like, it's not shoehorned in, but it just didn't gel with the comedy. The drama wasn't that dramatic. There's like some romance subplots as well that you don't really care about. I didn't anyway. And then there's these action sequences because of the drug smuggling and the killing, and none of those were even that interesting. There's like a little bit of an interesting one towards the beginning. There's like a boat on fire, and Mitch goes in and rescues the people on that, and Zac Efron, of course, screws everything up because he's the new guy. So like that was shot pretty well. Like that was interesting, but then all the other stuff, like there's Oscar Nunez from The Office plays like the mayor or something, some politician, and so it's like surrounding him, and then Hannibal Buress is in it as a supporting role as sort of the friends with like the one nerd that gets accepted to the lifeguard ring of trainees, and so just like none of that gelled really well, and then just the comedy itself wasn't that funny. I can't help but comparing it to another recent like old TV show made into an R-rated comedy, and that's Chips, which I thought was really funny. Didn't know what to expect going in that one because like the trailers looked kind of funny, but you never know. And I never watched Chips, so what do I know about the subject matter? But I thought that was really funny. I reviewed that in the April wrap up, I guess. Or no, the March wrap up, I suppose. But anyway, that was really funny, and this one just didn't bring that. I laughed a few times. I can't say it's like horrible. I definitely had a few chuckles, but there were even a couple times where I was just like sort of chuckling because I couldn't believe that such a stupid joke made it into a movie. Like it was one of those. So that definitely didn't work for me. The casting, like I said, like Efron, I mean, he's okay in the movie. And I really, when I saw the poster, I thought his abs were just like completely, not CGI, photoshopped. And he takes his shirt off at the beginning of the movie, and it's like, oh my god, like, no, he's actually not that jacked. He's not as built as Johnson, but I was definitely surprised at how how built Efron was. And then the women are obviously beautiful, their boobs are enormous, and they put them in these pretty tight bathing suits, and their butts jiggling, and so I mean that's fine. Look, that's all kind of Baywatch was anyway, right? The show. Which brings me, to another point of, speaking of the show, David Hasselhoff, obviously, synonymous with the show. He was the one, it was only on for a year or maybe two on NBC, and then they canceled it to low ratings. Hasselhoff, basically bought the show, bought the rights to the show, and then sold it into syndication, and that's when it gained its, 10 years or whatever in syndication. But, so Hasselhoff appears in this movie, and it is the most just weird and shoehorned in cameo, almost more than some of the Ghostbusters ones last summer with the female Ghostbusters. It was just weird. And then he plays Mitch, which is now Johnson's character, and Mitch is I guess the mentor, or was he a ghost? It didn't make any sense. The Pamela Anderson cameo, I think, is a little bit better handled. She looks great, by the way. I mean, obviously she's had a lot of work done. That's no surprise, but she actually looks great. So it was nice to see her, and her cameo made sense. I liked that. The Hasselhoff one was just come on, it just didn't make any sense. So, not a good movie. One of the worst comedies of the year so far. I'm trying to think. Maybe the worst that I've seen. There's definitely worse movies this year. A lot of them were ones that we kind of didn't even review on Film Fanatics during the first couple months of the year. We just kind of figured nobody would really be interested in them. Like, the Bye Bye Man, for example, was horrible. But so I can't say it's the worst of the year, but it's more than like a check your brain at the door movie. It's like a check your pulse at the door movie. Or like if you just want to go see TNA, okay, like this will be a good hour and 50 minutes for you. With all the readily accessible, even softcore porn, like, I just don't know why you would go to this movie for TNA, but I guess, people can. But I didn't get a lot of laughs out of it, and I thought the drama and action mix with the comedy just really didn't work. So I leave Baywatch with a D+. All right, well, that's going to do it. Coming up, I will have a May 2017 wrap-up, talking about some of the movies I didn't get to do in the standalone reviews. Also, Merlin has told me we're going to start doing these X-Files and Buffy episode reviews, which I'm really looking forward to, so hopefully those will be up soon. And now that Riverdale is over, I'm going to start reviewing Riverdale episodes, not one by one. I think we'll probably do them in bunches of like maybe 3 episodes at a time, so there's only 3 or 4 videos for it. But yeah, we'll start doing that. And just more movie reviews. Pirates of the Caribbean, probably. Alien will probably get a standalone review. Wonder Woman for sure. So a lot of exciting stuff now that summer's upon us. If you have not subscribed yet to the channel, go ahead and do that. I would love to have you aboard. The Facebook group also is Dan Reviews It, just like the channel. And feel free to comment as well. I'd love to hear from you guys about what you thought of the movie or the video or any of the other videos up. So that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.